So let's talk about what the swing is going to look like visually, but then what it's going to show up as in force. So here we have one of our athletes that came in, and a very strong hitter, however, doesn't really use the ground as much as he would like. So when we're looking up here and we're seeing this blue graph, we can see how the spike up and down is a little jagged. So when we're seeing this shows a couple different things. It's either mobility issue that's causing it not to be quite so easily going up and down, and that impulse not being quite as sharp. It could also be a strength issue, a technique issue, any of these things. So when we see something like this on force, first off we're going to ask about an injury history just to make sure there's nothing that's still lingering there. But then after that, we're going to start to look at mobility. Is it a rotational issue, T-spine rotation, hip mobility that's creating this softness in the front leg that's allowing the force to kind of just die off? So whenever we see a good swing, we want this impulse to be very narrow and very sharp. So if I look at another swing of his, we can see one where we just added in a little bit of a cue to think about slamming the front leg down and locking it out as hard as possible. And we can see how now this spike is much more narrow, much more sharp, much smoother up and down. And when this happens, this allows us to transfer that energy out to the bat as efficiently as possible.